Hi everybody, so today we are back in my favorite place in the house, my closet, and we are here today with Andrea, my awesome, amazing decorator who made this closet what it is today, and she actually helped us redo our entire house. So back 10 years ago we built this house, and that was when the whole Tuscan, old world, really dark, really overdone was super in. So our house was dark, and brown and more dark and very masculine and just didn't really look like me. As you can tell, I'm quite girly with the chandelier and, well, look, I'm always in a dress too, so, right?
Yes, that's
so true. My daughter and I actually went on House. My daughter's obsessed with the app House, H-O-U-Z-Z, and she kept coming up with a every time she liked a picture, it happened to be Andrea's designs, and she's with her own company. It's Red Egg Design Group, and you can go on redeggdesigngroup.com. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So anyways, we kept coming across her photos and loving everything she did, so we decided to call her, and she came over, and we completely fell in love.
Oh, thanks. Me too.
So my house has been done now for about 6 months, but I really wanted to introduce you all to her because she is so great, and we thought we'd start off talking about our closet, my closet.
It's your closet. It's not, it's yours.
And my beloved closet, and tell you about a couple other rooms that we did. But this room was completely brown, and the design of the room was completely different, and it had carpet, and it was entirely brown cabinets. So,
and not functional. Julie had about storage for 10 pairs of shoes, and that was just not reasonable. So we kind of designed this whole closet around having a shoe wall, as you can see. That's kind of the focal point of this whole room.
And it's lit up.
And it's lit, yes. And we needed to add a chandelier. We needed to make it light and bright so that her clothes really pop when she walks in here. That was kind of the whole design inspiration behind the closet.
So we started from scratch. We ripped out, it had carpet, we ripped out the entire room, and I actually lived out of cardboard boxes for
like 4 months probably.
It was lovely. It was a lovely experience. But you know what, I knew that at the end it was going to be well worth it. So this room actually became probably the most expensive redesign of this entire house, but it is really kind of a showstopper and my favorite room.
And necessity.
And necessity.
The whole kind of inspiration behind the whole house was just to kind of bring it into 2015 and give it a little more personality. Every room kind of had the same cabinets, same countertops, not a whole lot of differential design elements between the spaces. So that was kind of our whole inspiration, was trying to make each room have its own personality. So I think there's a lot of great examples in Julie's house of how you can take something that, when the bone structure of the house is really great, we can really just change the design with either different colors or different paint, different furniture. And that's kind of what we did a lot with your house, is we kept a lot of furniture, we got some new things, we recovered some things. We didn't completely start from scratch. We kind of worked with what she had and made it just more beautiful.
And you know what was really interesting too when we redesigned the house is at the time, 10 years ago, decorating every single space was very in.
Yeah.
You had to have an accessory on every single place that there was to put something, and a picture in every single place. And we took everything off the walls. We decluttered. And it was the most exhilarating feeling, actually, to have my house just seem so much, I don't know, more open and bright and happy. A dark house is so dim. I mean, you don't even realize it when you're living in it until you redo it, and you're like, it's just such a happier place to be. And even my husband, who was not sure about the remodel and that it needed it, was so happy after. And that's one thing. He is such a picky person, and he will tell you, if you are looking to hire somebody, Andrea is the one. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
So anyways, then we also, well, we redid every single room, but the other room that really turned out so beautiful is the living room. And why don't you talk about that?
Should we go in there?
Yeah, we can go in there. Let's do it. All right, so here we are in my living room, or as I like to call it, the pretty room, because absolutely nobody ever is in here. And you know what, that's okay, because it's the one room that always looks perfect.
Yes.
So
and the front door is right here, so you definitely see the space as you come in. So it is important.
It is important. And Andrea completely reformatted the way that this room was. Initially, the couch faced the fireplace, and it completely separated the room. It just wasn't very open. So you can tell more about that?
It was also just extremely formal, like very, very formal. And when I first met with Julie and her family, they were just like such fun, young, vibrant personalities. And I just felt like the decor didn't quite fit the people that lived here. So a part of my design challenge was to kind of make the space feel like the personalities that are inhabitant of the space. And it needed to be like more color, more fun. I wanted to incorporate contemporary artwork, just and make it more of like a casual but fun type of space.
Right, it was really dark. We had really, really, really dark drapes that were really heavy. All of the furniture was really dark and heavy. Very not me.
Just didn't fit you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So people would come over to the house and be like, wow, your house is beautiful. It looks nothing like you. So now I feel like the house looks like me. And this, by the way, is my absolute favorite piece of this entire remodel. I absolutely love this piece. And one really quick thing too I have to mention is that Andrea is 6 months pregnant.
Yes, I'm pregnant.
There is a teeny tiny baby, like teeny tiny. But anyways, in case you were wondering, she just wanted to make sure you all knew.
I want to look as fashionable as Julie. I just can't right now.
You always do. Okay, so we're going to take you into the next room. Okay, welcome to my kitchen, where you have been a few times before, but not with Andrea. So Andrea can tell you more about the kitchen.
So the kitchen, as everyone knows, is one of the most important rooms of the house. And this kitchen, while it's laid out really well and the structure of it's great, we didn't change any of those kinds of design features. It was just like Julie had mentioned before, it was just kind of dark. And it had all the same granite on all of the countertops, the same granite on the backsplashes, and then just dark cabinets. So it just kind of felt like
granite throughout.
So the design challenge in here was to actually salvage as much as we could, but just kind of change some of the elements that were easier to change. So we just actually repainted all of the cabinetry. It's all her original cabinetry. We just had it refinished. Did different countertops, different backsplash, and then accessories, and obviously this
amazing
huge
chandelier.
light fixture. Changing lighting makes the biggest difference of all. So just by changing a couple design elements, it made the room look completely different from the before.
Yeah, and the chandelier is a showstopper. Everybody that comes into the house loves it. So that was actually one of the biggest things that we spent money on, besides my closet, was the lighting. We changed out every single fixture that we had. So that's a really good place to start. It's amazing what...
It makes such a big difference. The whole room looks completely different with new lighting. Yeah.
Okay, should we go into the powder room?
Sure.
All right.
So this actually was one of my favorite rooms of this whole remodel, mainly because of what this looked like before. There was fabric covering almost every wall in here. Well, a good chunk of it, right?
Yeah.
This whole space, and it was like a very dramatic,
dark
green and brown and gold, and just very over the top. And then we had a huge vanity over here, and I think convinced Julie more like, let's go crazy in here, let's have some fun. So this space, we pretty much ripped everything out and started fresh.
And see if I can we?
And we did really fun wall finish in here, did a completely new marble floor, did a different vanity, really dramatic light fixtures, and this is just one of my favorite rooms, just mainly because of how it turned out and the dramatic before and after.
Yay! Love it! All right, so here we are in my second favorite room, my office, which this actually was Kent's office, my husband's office, but then he built a guest house, and so that's his little house out in the backyard. And so he didn't need two offices, so we decided to
Julie needed an
That's
office.
right. So again, it was, guess what color? It was brown, completely brown. It did not have a pretty chandelier. I'm not sure if you can see it. You probably can't. But it's extremely pretty, and pink and black and white. What could be better than that for a girl?
And this room wasn't being used. So for me, my challenge as a designer is to make sure if we're going to redo a space, it needs to function. And this room wasn't really being used for anything. And I remember Julie mentioning she was always in the kitchen trying to do work or trying to answer emails and didn't really have a space in the house to go. So this was kind of the perfect solution, a room that wasn't being utilized at all. And so we made it very girly in here. And it's so much fun. I love this space.
It is fun, and you may catch my boys in here at some time.
But that's okay.
This is sometimes a quiet place to go, but anyways, I love this room and makes this house that much more special. If you are in need of a decorator or just want to do some small projects on your house, go to redeggdesigngroup.com and you will find all of Andrea's information. She's on Instagram, she's on House, she's on what else?
Facebook, Pinterest, everything.
So you can follow her, and even if you're not ready for her right now, take down her name and you may be needing her in the future, you just never know. But red, the color, egg, my favorite thing to eat, egg whites.
Egg whites.
Y'all know that if you've been watching my videos. Egg whites, egg whites, egg whites. So redeggdesigngroup.com. And I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. That was so fun.